Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we got brand new Stanley Cup round 1 cards, and if you're new to Hockey Ultimate Team, this is a little bit more confusing, but for the returning players it does operate a lot like it did last year. So we're going to break all those down, my thoughts on the release and all of that. It's also Keandre Miller and Kaprizov Day for anyone that has been grinding the last 5 or 6 weeks to actually get them. You're now technically, the minimum amount of time to get those cards has been reached, so some of you are going to get Kaprizov or Miller. That's phenomenal for you guys. All right, if you haven't watched my playoff predictor video, I just released it. Go and take a look there, because that's going to play in quite a bit to these videos, or this video specifically, because I'm not going to cover all the cards that I think are going to be out early or long shots, because I just don't know if they're going to be great investments for you, especially with the cost of some of these to make them. All right, but regardless, let's get into the video, all the new Stanley Cup round 1 content. All right, guys. So yeah, for anyone that is new to Hockey Ultimate Team, or maybe you weren't playing during this event last year, the round 1 Stanley Cup items have been released, and obviously with the round 1 beginning soon, what happens is if you get, let's say on the screen right now, we've got Brady McNabb, Chandler Stevenson, and you think that Vegas is going to win their first round matchup, you get +2 OVR for every win by their team in the first round. So they can go up by a total of +8. However, that does not apply to speed. So again, we'll get into that in some of the cards that we're going to take a look at. So again, I'm going to highlight some of the cards that I think will win the first round, because I'm not going to lie, guys, not a lot of these are going to be useful, even if they win their first round and get the maximum +8. So you got to keep that in mind. The one thing I've said this for quite some time now, EA just feels really safe this year with, first, the ability to actually acquire top end cards. They make it extremely difficult. And the cards that they've released have just been kind of underwhelming for the stage of the game we're at. We're at the end game. We're at near the end of the game. And while these aren't supposed to be better than Master Set items, I totally understand that. It just feels like a lot of these, like, they're not even going to hit 90 speed. And obviously that's tough to invest coins in and be excited about if at the end, if they even do win, they're not going to be very quick. So again, we'll break down all the cards I think are worth investing in right now. All right, so if you watched my video, I'm extremely confident in my Toronto Maple Leafs this summer. So we're going to take a look at some of the Toronto Maple Leaf cards. We've got TJ Brodie, 86 overall, 6'1", left-handed defenseman. Now, like I said, all of the stats will go up by +8 if they win the round. However, speed will only go up by +4. All right, because it's only +1 for speed. It's half the increase. So you got to keep that in mind. So we'll take a look at this. 2 to barrage, +8 would give him an extremely good shot. All right, so that's phenomenal. There's nothing to worry about there. His speed would get up, to 92, plus distributors 95, and then acceleration, same thing, that'd get up to 96. This is an extremely good card, and in all honesty, probably the best one that you can get out of all of the cards that are available, because the Toronto Maple Leafs have an extremely good chance, let's be real, to get out of the first round, memes aside. And this card would actually has great speed, good, all the synergies act really well with it. And if they get out of the first round, we're in good shape. The one thing I do need to mention, guys, they do not continue to increase in overall after round 1. These are specifically for round 1. So if they win in round 2, these ones don't go up. The other Toronto Maple Leaf player is the 86 overall Zach Hyman, 6'1", with 2 to balanced, workhorse, and howitzer. Again, he'll get +4 speed, which would be 91, plus distributors 94. And then with acceleration, he'll get up to 94 as well. His shot would get up to 93 and 99. So again, a well-rounded card. His hand stats will be in the mid-90s, low to mid-90s. Nothing crazy, but again, not a bad card. The Toronto Maple Leaf cards are actually half decent. So again, I think they're the safest ones on forward and on defense. But the one thing I do need to mention as well, guys, you really want to select cards that give you an interest in the game. I don't think that this event specifically should be all about, oh, I need to have the best card that's going to give me the best player, because there's so many great options that you can go out to make a top-end team. But regardless, if you're looking for value and the cards that could give you the biggest return, the Toronto Maple Leaf ones are pretty much it. My other choice that's, I think, fairly easy in the first round is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Again, they're getting really healthy. They're just getting Kucherov back. Like, it's going to be gross, I think. And the Panthers are not at full health. They don't have they don't have Ekblad, so that's tough. But nonetheless, 5'9" Yanni Gord. I'm not a huge fan of this card throughout the season. However, +4 speed to it would be 93, plus distributors 96. And then you get acceleration up to in the high 90s as well. Shot would be in the high 90s. Hand stats would as well. This would be a pretty fun card, I'm not going to lie. So not a bad option, as well as he's also kind of a safe bet in my opinion. The other option for the Tampa Bay Lightning is Jan Ruda. And this is kind of entering that, not like, kind of disappointing in terms of value. So heart and soul, whatever, that's fine. Magician, cool. Wingman, awesome. Speed would only go up to 90 overall at max, and acceleration would only go up to 94. Now, that's not bad on a 6'3" defenseman, but 90 speed is like awfully tough to use at this point in the game. Not to mention his slap shot accuracy would only be 90. And again, this would be a top end card, +8 overall. Just not a huge fan of this one. So, I think that you could probably just go out and buy a Dougie Hamilton or someone and be in a much better shape. Another really safe one would be the 86 at Vinny Trocheck. Again, I'm pretty confident the Carolina Hurricanes will knock out the Nashville Predators. So 5'10", speedster, +4 is 93 to speed, and then another 3 would be 97. So max speed essentially on this Trocheck card. Thief would get up to 86, plus another 8 would be in really good space there. So that'd be about 94. And then his shot would be in the low 90s, which isn't terrible. But not a bad card at all, and I think one of the better centers that you can get just based on stats. I'm not huge on the 5'10", but would be a fun card to have. Brett Pesce, the 86 overall, would be the other Hurricane with 2 to distributor, wingman, and magician. So his speed is capped at 92. Acceleration is capped at 96. His shot is going to be awfully tough. You need to have barrage, in my opinion. However, I think this is better than the Jan Ruda card. 6'3" with 92 speed isn't terrible at all. Just needs to be a bit better shot with let's say barrage would be for an example. Colorado, a heavy favorite in their series against the Blues. 6'3" with shutdown, gladiator, and balance. So speed can get up into the mid 90s, 94, I believe to be exact. So I'm just trying to do this math quick in my head. Acceleration would get up to 95, which isn't bad at all. 6'3", nice sized winger, and his shot would be pretty deadly too. Not a bad option for sure in Colorado. Again, the favorite in that series, in my opinion. The other Avalanche player, 6'1" with Spark, Magician, and Howitzer. Again, +4 to speed would be 90, +3 would be 93. Not terrible, not something to be super excited about. Acceleration is capped at 91, so I just think that there are far better options than the Devon Taves. Just going to go through some of the other options. I'm not going to break them all down, but again, so for the Winnipeg Jets, their one representative is Laurent Brossoit, 6'3" goaltender. And again, if you believe in the Jets, this would be a fun card as well. He actually has decent stats too if he got +8. Moving along, we've got Alex Chiasson from the Edmonton Oilers. Again, what I mentioned earlier, just super slow. At this point in the game is tough, like 91 speed. Even though he is 6'4", that's great, but it's just tough to be super excited about it. Andrew Kopp is the other Winnipeg Jet player that you can grab. Philip Deno for the Montreal Canadiens, obviously one of the higher risk players to go out and get because, well, Montreal it's going to be an uphill battle for them to beat the high-powered Leafs this year. Brendan Dillon from the Washington Capitals with Howitzer. Not a bad option. Again, the bigger guys are a little bit safer just because they're big, but his shot's still going to be pretty rough if they make it out of the first round, and that's not a guarantee. 6'4", 208, and again, same thing. Panthers, not a guaranteed option. Brian Dumoulin, 6'4". He's actually not a bad card, 90, but again, 91 speed cap there. They're very, very careful with defensemen. You got to remember, everyone is about to have, Keandre Miller, who is going to be the best card in the game. So just tough there. Joel Edmondson, 6'4". I mean, a lot of the big guys, again, super tough to take him. Just 81 speed, no speed synergy, and he's on the Canadiens. Dante Fabro from the Nashville Predators. That's another risky one. Justin Falk from the St. Louis Blues actually would get a pretty high speed boost there if the Blues are able to, pull off the upset against Colorado. Then we've got Yanni Gord, who we mentioned, Jordan Greenway, who's always an awesome card, just way too slow at this stage. Callie Yarncroke from the Predators, not terrible. Could get to 95 speed, which is nice with Thief and Gladiator. This could be a pretty fun card, but again, really, really hard matchup in Carolina. Capo Kakinen, good synergies, but good luck against VGK. Adam Larson against the for the Oilers, distributor, magician, workhorse. Not bad, but again, it's the same situation. Jeremy Lozon from the Bruins and Jared McCann from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then we've got the 86 Braden McNabb, really, good build in Hut, but again, can only get up to 91 speed. Brock Nelson from the Islanders. That's going to be a great series. Adam Pelech, his teammates. Again, another good size defenseman. Brett Pesce, we talked about. Moving on to Nick Ritchie from the Bruins. Again, another decent one, but it just, the skating really hurts him. Braden Shen from the Blues. He actually could be half decent as well, but again, tough for the Blues. And then Daniel Sprong from the Capitals. Weird choice there. Chandler Stevenson, who had a really good year. Again, not a bad option there. Ken will have nice face-offs as well. And then Carter Verhaeghe, ex-Niagara Ice Dog, great. Again, he would be an okay option, but nothing crazy. And again, he has to beat the Lightning. So guys, the next question would be, how can you make these cards? It appears there's only really one set, and it's a random round 1 Stanley Cup player item for 7 collectibles, which is basically 350,000 coins in value. Guys, it's random and untradeable. Please do not do this set. This has been probably my biggest issue with the events recently in the past few months, is that there's just no allowing us to get the card that we want, even if we're willing to pay for it. And yeah, this set is just not worth it at all, man. Like, you can get a Canadian, or maybe someone who you think, like, a Nashville Predator. Like, it's just not worth it at all, guys. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And again, join the bracket challenge. The winner will get a free copy of NHL 22. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.